Hi, everyone, and welcome to Words from a Black Woman's Experience. I am your host, Cherlnell Lane, the poetic storyteller, and I am so happy that you all decided to join us today. As always, we're going to give you a little bit more time to get together your snacks, your vittles, your drinks, alcoholic and non-alcoholic. That's your business. I am not there with you, but you can send me one non-alcoholic, of course. But the most important thing to do during this break is to share. Share this with your friends, share this with your family, share this with your sister, share with your brothers, your aunts, your uncles, whomever. Share it so that everyone can understand and learn from this experience that is going to be shared with us today from this amazing Black woman. So, today we're going to listen to some music from Searra Vinnett. And you can check her out as all her information is in the description, her website, SoundCloud, and everything. So we want to appreciate and thank her for giving us the opportunity to share her music. And let's do that now. First of all, I love y'all. Second of all, enjoy.
This is an Angel Wings production.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you again to Searra Vinnett for those beautiful notes and sounds we just heard. That music was very relaxing. Now you guys are all ready and relaxed and zenned out and have your vittles, have your drinks, and all of that. You guys are ready for the show? I hope you are, because if you're not, we're going to go head on without you. So, once again, welcome to Words from a Black Woman's Experience. I am your host, Cherlnell Lane, the poetic storyteller. Why? Because my poetry tells a story and my stories are poetic. This is where guests come to share their unique perspectives and lessons they've experienced. Now, I am an author, speaker, facilitator, and creator, and I know how important it is to communicate. It's the way we express, learn, and teach. Words from Black Women's Experience was created to highlight Black women's stories. I've created a space where Black women can be themselves boldly and unapologetically. We talk about connections, the lessons they've learned, and their message to the audience. I feel that words are one of the most powerful tools on earth, whether written, spoken, signed, sung, read, or performed. And these are words from a Black woman's experience. Welcome. This week, we are speaking with Angie in episode 23, Relearning Me. Angie is a 34-year-old creative who loves anything artsy. She currently works in the special needs disability field as a para professional. Those were a lot of P's. As a para professional in a special needs classroom. When she's not working, Angie is catching up on anime shows, reading, writing, anything creative. She decided this year to launch a separate Instagram page showcasing her creative side as a new cosplayer. Angie is a simply simple girl trying to learn how to live life for herself. Let's welcome, introduce to some, and present to others, Miss Angie. Hello.
Hi.
Thank you for coming, ma'am.
I'm so glad to be here.
We're so happy to see you here. I'm so happy that you're here because I think your story is going to be amazing. And I think this episode is going to be amazing. And I cannot wait to hear about it. Right before we get into the show, I would like to reiterate to everybody that I, as the host, know very minimum about my guest stories and experiences that they're going to share. And I do that on purpose. I do that because I want to learn with all of you. So I can be on my toes when I ask questions and nothing is rehearsed. It's all off the hip. So I just wanted to reiterate that. Yeah, so let's get into it. Again, hi Angie, how you doing today?
Hey, look, hey.
Hey girl, hey. Okay, again, we're lucky to have you here, and I'm glad you decided to spend your evening with us. So, the first thing that we talk about is connection. We have a very interesting connection, and I'm going to let you talk about it because you have more skin in the game. So,
I have
go
more
ahead.
skin. I have
You
more
do.
skin.
You have a little bit more skin in the game. So, I'm just saying. Am I lying? Am I lying? Thank you.
Oh, don't
Um,
care for
so,
that. Oh,
so go ahead, talk about our connection. We're just gonna talk about it very briefly. Gonna run past it right quick.
so we're going to just run past and keep on going. In layman's terms, we are dating the same guy.
Bye bye bye. There you go. All
That's
right,
all.
moving along.
There we go.
Right past it. Okay, moving right along. Oh, I almost forgot. Our wonderful audience is here. This is an interactive show. Please interact, audience. Write all the comments you want. Say, hey, girl, hey. Say, oh my God, that was so great. Say yes, sister. All of that. Ask questions. All of that. You can put mean comments too. They'll never see the light of day. However, you can write them all you want. But this is a lovely, interactive, uplifting show. So give us some of that energy, and we'll give it back to you. Now, going right along. Today is Frankenstein's Day. I was waiting for the "You're Kidding"
Bro, you
and
see
"Can
my
Be Serious."
bro, you see I looked at you like, wait, what?
Okay, we have some comments while you're thinking about that. So Brittany says, "Hey." Gonna go past that. And then PJ says, "My baby."
See. I tell you about people. Tell you about people.
Hey, Queen and Angie Kitty. All right, we're gonna skip past that. Right. I'll say hey though. Hey. Now back to Frankenstein's Day. So today is Frankenstein's Day. I love to find the most interesting days
Okay.
and then make up questions to them. So this is your question.
Okay.
Pick 3 things that make up you. And who did you get these parts of your personality from?
So 3 things that make up me.
Yeah, your personality.
Okay. So first thing first, my overall personality, I will say this, comes from both of my parents. And when people hear that, they're like, "Oh no, it doesn't work that way." Well, it kind of does because my dad was an Aries, my
Mm.
mom is a Gemini,
Mm.
and they decided to have a Taurus that's right in the middle of both of their birthdays.
Oh wow.
So that's why if you ever like when you hear people talking about the zodiac signs and Tauros and how it coming off as this but it's really this. Yeah, I'm one of those people. You know, it's me. It's me. The running joke with my mom is this is what happened when a grizzly bear and a panda bear cohabitate. You get a panda. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. That's I don't know
That was a
how.
great explanation though.
I don't either a panda or koala, one of them. So, but there you have it. My overall personality comes from both of my parents. I would say that. So that's one thing. Two, I got to come up with three. Child, look,
Well, that counts as 2. So there you go.
mom, dad. There you go.
There you go. That's 2.
Three. The I guess my third would be I'm very adaptive, so I know how to adapt to different situations. I guess you could say I'm like a chameleon. I know when to be like, "Ooh, girl, let me hide," and when I need to pop out, like, what's really good? What's really going on? So
Right.
when you are a very equal mixture of your parents, it plays a lot. So you never. I tell people all the time, you don't know who you getting from time to time unless you know my parents. So,
Okay.
like in very tense situations, I'm my father. My dad was always the peacemaker. He's always the, it's okay. We're going to talk about this. What will Jesus do? In so many ways. He will always ask, my dad used to always ask you, okay, that sucks, but what you can do this in so many ways. You can do it your way, man way, or God's way. Which one are you going to choose? My mom, on the other hand, is like, no, fuck that. I'm gonna punch you in the face, then ask question later and be like, oh my bad, cause I should have just asked the first time around. So you don't know you don't know who you're getting from time to time. So there are those situations where I'm like, you know what? We gonna channel a little bit of both. Like, I'm gonna
Mm.
pray for you, But if you cross me one more time, I'm gonna cut you. So it's so you never know where you getting from me half the time, unless, like I said, unless there are them days where I'm like, I'm just me. It's just me.
I understand. I understand. Thank you for sharing that with us. That was a very interesting question for Frankenstein Day. But
Girl, you sound
hey,
like
it's
me.
a very
What?
interesting day. This is Romance Awareness Month.
Mm.
So here's my second question after we get some comments. So we have a comment from Joy. It says Angie is like a sister to me, one of the sweetest girls ever. Her and I are both part of the cosplay life. That's how we met. Look
Oh,
at Angie. She got the fans and everything. So we got Sierra. She says, wow. And then we got Sierra again. And she says, I have all three of those signs and my siblings, and it's way too much.
so Sierra understand fully of
Look,
of just being too much at the. It's just be too
right.
much.
It's just too much. It's
It's
just
just
too
too
much.
much.
Okay, my question for Romance Awareness Month is,
Okay.
what is your dream romantic date?
Ooh. Ooh, and it's one of those. And it's one of those. I'm sitting here like, should I be like, hey, make sure you're taking notes, because just a second.
Well, we just did that. So
Look,
there you go. That's done.
make sure you're taking notes. Um, I'm as simple as I am. I am unfortunately that when you see those pictures was like oh god, when you see the pictures of the crazy romantic setup with the candles and the
Oh
flower
yeah.
petals and a bunch of balloons and shit, that is me. That is me. The walking in and there's the candles and all of
Aw.
that. I have in so many ways have done that for guys that I have
Yeah.
been dating, that I dated, but I have never had it for me.
Yeah.
So
I
that's why
feel
I'm
you.
like, so that's why every so often if I find a really cute picture, I'm like, hey, hint, hint, hint.
Blow it up. Put it on the refrigerator.
Look, every tag you, hey,
Every look. See
look,
this? The flashing arrow
bing,
pointed
bing,
to
bing,
it.
bing. That is me. But for it's the most like my ideal romantic getaway type thing is definitely the candles and the rose
Yeah.
petals and the balloons and all of that. I don't need the fancy gifts because I barely can afford having them for fancy gifts, but just the thought and effort of you took the time to do all of that for me. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I am a foodie. I am a foodie, so give me some nice wine and some fruits. I don't necessarily. I don't. You don't have to get a vinyl Linus, but just come up with a dope R&B playlist off of Spotify, Pandora, whatever. A dope ass hotel with a dope ass view. Oh,
Oh, that sounds wonderful.
that just give me that.
That sounds wonderful.
Yeah, that's my idea. And like I said, it's the not even with the candles or the flowers. It's just the you put in the thought and the effort to be like, okay, I'm gonna do something special for you because you're always doing something special for me. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I see you. I think my like dream romantic thing is kind of like, the setup with the
Mm-hmm.
rose petals. I don't know about candles. Well, I like candles, but I don't want them like flame candles. Not in that instance, because I've been ran one over with my chair. And anyway,
You're like, I'm not
no
trying to start
balloons
a
though.
fire.
But you remember how the Harold Washington Library used to have that top floor with like the skylight on
Oh
an, oh my god.
yes,
Now
yeah.
that in that place with the skylight at night, and
Oh,
that that was just whew, that was like my most ever like over
oh
with
no.
dinner under the skylight. Okay, I'm done.
You said and cut.
and cut. So we always like to start off the actual interview portion of the show with the question: what is your favorite quote? Who is it by? And why is it your favorite quote?
So my all-time favorite quote will forever be the quote that my dad have always said to me growing up, and it's literally on a picture of him. It is, say your prayers, do your best. That was just his mantra for for anything I had to do. Just if it whether it was going to school, if I had a test or something, that was just his mantra. And I that's one of those mantras that I still keep with me. Unfortunately, my dad passed away 6 years ago, so that is the one, how you say, the one quote that I'm like, that keeps me
Yeah,
connected to him. So when I see that, like when I'm having a bad day or when I'm struggling or when I know I'm finna go up against something that I know that is completely against the odds, I just remember him saying, "Say your prayers, do your best." So,
yeah.
so
My
yeah.
condolences. And that's a wonderful quote.
Oh yeah.
I
Oh yeah.
really enjoy it. We have another comment. Now, I know who this is, but I'm not going to lie and say that I know how to pronounce that name. I am not going to lie.
He said we are not going to even butcher the name, but
We're not
hey,
even
but
going to do
but,
that.
but hey, friend, how you doing?
Hey, they say they love it, but I'm not even, they know who they are. All right. So, today's title is Relearning Me. I think that is a very interesting and awesome title. So I was told by a little birdie that today's show will be focused on self discovery and self love. So, can you please tell us, how did you come to relearning yourself?
So I want to say, unfortunately, the pandemic really caused a lot of people. It just caused the world to just shut down, and it was within the pandemic that, because of the fact that, no matter how you say, nobody's going to work, nobody's going outside, nobody's doing anything, it really caused you to just sit back and kind of just really reflect. And so during the pandemic, I really was just like, okay, I know this about me, but is this really me? You
Right.
know? So it was really last year during the pandemic that kind of, that I was like, I really need to figure out who I am again, because I felt myself being in this very stagnant state. And
Mm.
sometimes when you get into this stagnant state, the first thing people say is, "Oh no, you got to do something new. You got to do this." But sometimes it's just about going back in and going, "Okay, who are you again? Who is this person that I'm looking at?" And so the pandemic, in so many ways, opened that door of, "Okay, who am I?" Um, with also coming in with the pandemic, I am, like I have said, I'm at this crossroads in so many ways of my life where I am in a situation of some sort where it's coming up on 5 years. So I've been working in special needs 4 years officially this year. Next year will be 5 years. I have never been in a work environment for no more than 2 to 3.
Mm. Okay.
So here I am, where I'm in an actual career, not a job, more of a career,
Mm-hmm.
where I'm like, okay, now what? Now what? You've been in here 4 years now. Is this something that you want to keep doing? Do you want to maybe pursue being a teacher? Do you
Mm-hmm.
want to maybe go to another classroom and do something else? Do you want to stay in necessarily the disability field? So do you want to come out of education and go more into the non-profit organization aspect of it? You know,
Mm-hmm.
so that's how I got into the field, into being a para in the school. I worked literally a summer job at a disability summer camp, overnight camp in
Mm.
South Bend, Indiana. And
Okay.
that job landed me at the school job. I got hired on the spot off the strength of doing this job.
Mm.
So, and for the past 4 summers, I have said, past 4 summers, I have sacrificed many trips. I have sacrificed so much of my past summers to this camp.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, so we coming up on 4 years. Next year it'll be 5 years. Where do I see myself now? You know, you
Yeah.
typically always get asked, what do you see yourself in 5 years? What do you see yourself in 10 years? And you
Right.
always say, well, I see myself doing this. I see myself doing that. And now here I am, like, okay, I didn't think I was going to be at this crossroad. So now
Mm-hmm.
I'm sitting here like, okay, what do I want? And now it's one of those situations where I have a career that I love working in special needs field, but now it's like, what do I do now? How do I elevate in this field?
Right. Yeah.
So now it's like, okay, cool, career, job, okay, we decent. Now
Right.
my love life is actually better. I'm with somebody who loves me tremendously, who in so many ways, despite the how you say, despite us breaking up and then getting back together
Mm-hmm.
and coming back and saying, no, this is how I feel, I was wrong, yada yada yada, and actually communicating with me like, no, I need to understand how you felt when we broke up.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't never had that. I
Mm-hmm.
ain't never had nobody been like, I need to understand how you felt when we broke up. I need to understand how you felt when you felt like I was doing this. Because I'm
Mm-hmm.
so used to, we're not going to talk about it because it's just living in the past. But the fact of the matter that I have someone that is like, I want to know so that way I don't do it again,
Yeah.
or to see the warning signs, to
Yeah. That's
actually,
awesome.
how you say, to actually openly and actively communicate with you, okay, something's wrong, how do
Yeah.
we go there?
Yeah.
So job, good. Love life, okay, finally coming on the up and up. Home life, okay, now this is where I'm like, okay, now this is where it's like, okay, now what do I do now? So now
Right.
it's like you push yourself so much on the back burner when you living with other people. And I don't just live with my mom, I live with my entire family. So my mom,
Mm.
my sister, her kids, it's a lot. And
Yeah.
I'm at that age where I'm like, okay, at some point I have to branch off and do me.
Yeah.
And I have been having that conversation with them of, I need for y'all to understand that when I do move out, and it's not like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, if I move out, I've been pretty much, how you say, speaking life into it, manifesting it, all of that. When I do move out, please understand I'm not moving away from the family because of y'all,
Right.
but I'm just at a point in my life where I have to do what's best for me. And what's best for me and my mental state is right now, my love life is doing good. I got a decent job. I can balance the two. I can finally balance the two. Now let's work on getting into my own space.
Now I
So
have a question. I have a question.
okay.
So when you get to that place, well, I want to go back, and you were saying that sometimes or most of the times something happens, and I'm going to spread this out even in a wider lens than just love life, right?
Hmm.
So you were talking about how sometimes you get into it with people or something happens and people don't want to talk about it, right?
Right.
They just want to get back and nothing happened and we don't talk
Right.
about it. We just move
Right.
forward. Um, so seeing how you've now had like both experiences,
Hmm.
what do you think is so detrimental about people not discussing it and just moving forward?
I hate when people say, well, let's stop living in the past. But see, the past make up for so much of how you're feeling now.
Right. Right.
Like, right now, our boyfriend, our boyfriend knows, and I told him this the other day. I said, listen, I need for you to understand right now, because I'm all about time and
Mm-hmm.
past experience. So certain dates come around, I
Mm-hmm.
remember, I feel all those raw emotions on that day. So,
Right.
you know, I don't like saying I'm an empath because I don't feel like I'm an empath, but I can feel, and I'm very in tune with certain stuff.
Yeah.
But I told him, I was like, hey, listen, the month of September, I'm just warning you, I'm gonna need a lot of more love and reassurance because that was a pretty fucked up month. Oh,
Understood.
you
Understood.
know, so it's like I get tired of people saying, "Well, let's stop living in the past," but people like I said, people don't realize that your past is how it affects of how you're living right now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
how can you not how can you adjust how you feeling right now if you're not willing to go back to the past and be like, you know what, this is how I was feeling. How do I avoid this again? Okay, I can't avoid this. So now how do I cope? You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
and people and like you say, everybody's so quick to just say, nope, the past is the past. But it's like, you got to, you can't just erase the past. There's no way
Yeah.
around
You gotta clean it up. You gotta clean it up.
it. Right. You know, you can clean it up to where you can say, okay, I can avoid this. I can do this differently, but you
Mm-hmm.
cannot just necessarily erase the past. You
Right.
know,
Yes.
so in doing that, it's like, I guess you say the most detrimental thing is that open communication of having two people that can sit down and say, you know what, let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
talk about it. And let's talk about it from a positive, a positive space, a loving space. Because when
Right.
people tend to talk about the past, it's from a negative space.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, when you talk about it from a negative space, it's like we should be avoiding this, no, 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 all of this. But when
Mm-hmm.
you actually can talk about your past in a positive space and a loving space, then that's how you can, how you say, quote unquote, build that healthy relationship, that
Yeah.
healthy love communication. Because now you're saying, okay, yes, you hurt me, but I understand that you was going through this, and the third.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know, so it's like if people can just honestly can talk about past situations
Yes.
from a more positive and loving state, then when the past come up, it's not like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. It's more like, okay, I see you. Hey skeleton, how are you doing? Okay, now go back in the closet. You know, go
I
hang your
think
go hang your stuff back up.
I think that it also like it broadens and like it strengthens communication skills.
Yes,
Like I
yes,
think it strengthens communication skills that we need
yes,
to grow. I don't want to say like, well, kind of like immaturity, right?
yes, yes.
Because if we're forever being like, oh, I don't want to talk about it,
Hmm.
we're just gonna move past it. It's like, do you ever learn to deal with your own shit?
It's like, right, do you ever learn to deal with your own shit? Do you ever learn how to truly trust me?
Yeah. Or
And
trust anybody else for that matter.
right, because and it's one of those, here again, you still stuck on the hurt. And it's like once you can get past the hurt, that
Yeah.
act of that communication is can open up, and you can be like, okay, yes, bitch, you hurt me, but here are I'm not going to give you all the tools for me to trust you, but understand, don't do that shit again, because
Right.
I'm gonna cut you. you know
And I'm
um
watching.
right, I'm definitely, look, that's why I'm definitely watching. um
Yeah.
but it's like that was the one thing I could say this time around with our partner, with our boyfriend, because how everything ended the first time around, it ended, and I was in such a bad headspace afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
So when we had went on vacation and we was talking, and he was asking me questions, and he just let me talk. There was moments where he just let me talk and just let me vent. And I told him, I said, I'm not trying to make you feel bad. I'm not trying to make you remember what happened. But at the same time, I want you to understand how I was
Absolutely.
feeling, what I was feeling when when I pull away from you. It's because that is a moment from that's making me come back to a point to where
Yeah.
I don't want to go back there. Once
Mm-hmm.
he understood that, then that's when he opened up more and said, "Okay, let's figure this out." You
Right.
know,
Yeah.
because
So how
go ahead.
how does that aid you in relearning yourself, relearning you?
You learn when that it aids you. You realize how much shit you tolerate. There's no way. There's no way. There's no better way of saying that than that's you learn just how much bullshit and shit you just tolerate.
Yes,
I
definitely.
I was many moons ago, many moons ago. I was engaged. I was engaged to a guy. I was gun ho, like, yeah, we're gonna get married. I had started planning a wedding and all of this, and I got so engrossed in him that I
Mm.
literally forgot who I was.
Mm.
I literally forgot who I was. Like all everything that I thought I knew about me was gone.
Mm.
And it wasn't until we had an argument about Christmas gifts and he's had a
Mm.
shady ass comment and I snapped and I was like, you got your people messed up. It was like it was like a switch clicked and I was like, wait, bitch, hold on. And once we broke up. It took about 3 days. It took 3 days to finally break up. Okay, it took about 3 days.
She didn't say 3 months. She like it took 3 days.
It
It
took
took
3 days.
3 hours. You
No,
know,
it took three
but
days because it happened, and I was like, nope, I'm done. I don't want to talk about it. I don't even have a ring. I can't even throw my ring at you because you never gave me your ring. Um, so I'm done. But he kept like, well, what is it that you want? What you want to do this? You want to do that? And at that point, I was like, no, it's too late. It's too late. What? Why now? Because and I was very dead set. So I was like, no, I'm done. I'm done. And it was like I was sitting back months later and kind of just looking at replaying everything, and I was just like, I had really lost who the hell I was in that
yeah,
relationship. And it's like you never realize how much you really invest in a relationship until after the fact.
yeah.
Kelly Rowland, mm, Kelly Rowland have a wonderful song called "Rose Colored Glasses,"
Mm.
and basically the part of the chorus goes, everything seems so beautiful when you have on rose colored glasses. Take them off. And that's basically what happened. I got so engrossed in, oh my god, there's a guy that want to marry me. Oh my god, this timeline. Okay, cool. I'm gonna have these babies before I'm 30. Cool. We yay. And then I'm like, wait. So you don't believe in nothing. Like you don't even believe in the flying spaghetti god? Oh, okay. Um, what did you say about the Bible again? Okay. And you know
I've
how
been there
you know and you
on the other side of it though.
right, so you get and then you and it's like it's the poke where you're like, okay, wait, okay, and it's like it hurts, and you're like, no, no, I'm still in love. And then it's like I said, a switch went off, and I was just like, bitch, hold on, pause.
Wait, you know what that switch was, right?
What?
Regression. When we
Mm,
don't deal, like you said, you lost yourself. When we don't deal with our emotions when they happen, when we don't let
mm-hmm.
ourselves feel, we can't
Right,
get over it. And when we can't get over it, we just push it down. I always say, and then you go off on somebody because they stepped on your pumbas. But yes, it's the same thing. You just volcano snap. They could have been
right,
like, you know what? I had a rough day at work because this happened. And you'll just be like, well, why did that happen? What
right,
did you do? You know,
right,
just for
right.
no reason.
And that's what happened. And the crazy part is, weeks before the breakup, it was coming up. It was coming up because
Yeah.
I got accused of cheating, and the reason for me cheating was, oh, you was on your period last week. Yeah, okay. Your period is normally 5 to 6 days, right? Yeah, 5 to 6 days. Yeah, your period was only 2 days. You're cheating. Excuse me? Pause. Wait a minute. Sir, did you just accuse
Wow.
me of cheating because my period was short? Do you not understand stress and
Wow.
other factors? You accusing me of you know what? Look, that's one of those.
Obviously, he didn't understand biology.
Right. And when I said I had the most angry black woman look, I literally sat on the edge of my bed and I just looked at him while he slept, and I was trying to figure out, how can I get away with murder? Because I'm finna kill him in his sleep. And
You
when
had
he
a high
woke up,
grits moment.
man, he woke up hours later, and I'm still sitting there like, did he just? I could not move. I could not get myself to move because I was shaking like, did you? It's one of those, like, I have heard so many excuses, but this one,
Takes the cake.
and he woke up like, so you're not gonna come to bed? Excuse me? Did you just, did you forget what you just,
The audacity.
the, the audacity of it all, the shade of it all. So it's like I lost myself in that relationship, and it took me
Hmm.
years to get to where I'm at now, because it was one of those relationships where it's like, oh, I'm in love. Oh, this is gonna be great. Oh, this is going according to my timeline, and then the fuck shit comes in, and I'm like, okay, fuck love. Love is stupid. I'm finna. It's like I had these range of emotions. Fuck love. I'm finna be a hoe. Um, I had all of those emotions going in, but I had to really take my time and, one, heal from
Yes.
that relationship. People don't realize you have to heal from a relationship. You have to, especially where there is some kind of mental abuse, emotional abuse.
Hmm. Yes.
It took me a while to say that, because I was like, you it's one of those, you just like, I wasn't necessarily in denial,
Yeah.
but it took me a while to finally realize, yes, he mentally raped me in my head, in my brain, because I lost my entire brain. So I literally
Absolutely.
had to regroup on who I was, and then at the time that I was, how you say, reprocessing who I was, relearning who I was, my dad gets sick,
Mm.
and I become his caregiver. So I'm like, okay, I'm trying to be the good daughter, be the good
Right.
caregiver, be the strong one for my mom, because this is hard. My dad have a stroke, and they don't tell you that, oh, guess what? They only tell you, oh, physically, this is what you have to deal with. They don't tell you the mental and emotional fuck
Right.
shit that comes with it.
Hmm.
So I'm struggling on relearning who I am. I'm struggling on trying to keep the relationship with my father, because at this point, if he tells me he hates me one more day, I might go slit his throat. It's a bunch of
Right.
shit that I'm just dealing with. And it was like, and like you said, it's that regression of, I got to keep my emotions for the sake of everybody else around me. Just keep how I feel around me. So then I was like, okay, I got my dad in a good enough healthy spot where I was like, cool, I'm gonna go back to school. I'm gonna go
Mm-hmm.
back to school. But then he gets sicker.
Mm-hmm.
So the midnight trips to the ER and all of that, to the point to where I got to the point to where I literally was like, I don't know if I can even finish a semester, because I'm tired from all the midnight runs to the ER.
Right.
But once again,
Yeah.
I'm that regression. That regression is coming. And finally, the inevitable happened. He passed.
Mm-hmm.
And now I have to grieve. Now
Mm-hmm.
I have to grieve, because it's my dad. But
Yeah.
they don't tell, they don't, there's no correct book on grieving. I don't know
No.
how to grieve, because at this point, I'm making sure that my mom,
Yes.
who had been married for over 30 something years, I'm trying to make sure she don't go off a slippery slope. But at the same
Mm-hmm.
time, I got to make sure that I'm okay, my sister's okay, my god brothers, my nieces, I'm trying to make sure. But at the same time, what about me?
Yeah.
And so it's like, there are the moments where I was like, okay, I'm gonna relearn me. Oh wait, I can't. I have to come back. And like I said,
Yeah.
finally, it was the pandemic where I was like, you know, I think I like this. No, you don't. You know what? You're right. I do not like how this hoe is talking to me today. You're absolutely right. you know. And so now I'm in this place where I have always been a people person. I have always been a people pleaser.
Mm.
So I've always been like, yeah, that's fine. As I'm pulling the daggers out of my back. Now I'm
Yes.
like, now I'm like, first of all, you thought you were gonna put that dagger in my back, but now I'm gonna,
However,
however, now I'm going to stab you with the dagger. I'm using my voice now, and I
yes,
can tell you right now, people are like, oh shit,
I
where did
feel
that
you.
come from? Where did that come from? And I'm like, first of all, you're gonna talk to me like a human being.
Mm.
That's what we're gonna start off with. You're gonna talk to me
Well,
like the grown ass woman that you keep telling me I am, but
mm.
you don't want to treat me like one. So you're gonna talk to me like an adult, and you're not gonna come at me from a negative space. I'm not going to allow it anymore,
Yeah.
because it took me, how you say, over 20 something years to realize that I was dealing with depression. All that regression, and taking all them times and all them low moments, and not really, how you say, like you say, letting them emotions out, letting all that. Now here I am, like,
Right.
hey, I'm having a bad day, and
Yeah.
and and actually being able to own up to it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, it's very refreshing in a way.
Yeah.
Um, because I definitely come from that family of, we're gonna pray the depression away, and I'm like, see about that. About that. We can pray it away, but guess what? I'm still gonna need these 72 hours in
Well,
my room. I'm still gonna need these 48 to 72 hours in my room, minding my business, to deal with this, okay? Leave me alone.
for real,
you
I feel
know.
you.
So learning your it's one thing when you learn yourself, because at a young age we are taught, oh, this is who you are, you love this is what you do. But then as you get older and you
Mm.
get through all them different life situations, you be like, you know what? I don't like that.
Hey.
I don't think you finna do this.
Hmm.
No. And then when you start saying no, oh, oh, sweet baby Jesus. you start you start you
Sweet baby, Jesus.
you
I'm
start
not.
you you start saying no. Oh, oh, or I'm not like, no, I'm not going to do that, or no, I'm going to do this. It's like, wait, how dare you
What?
say no? How dare you say no? And you be like, oh, you don't like that? No. It's like a horror movie. No. And he's like, oh God. Um,
Right. No. Oh my God.
right.
No. Oh.
Stop, like stop saying it. Stop saying it. It just I don't know. You learn how to relearn yourself when you get in a situation where you just like, because at some point in your life you think you have it all. You think you have it all, and you find yourself in that situation. Find yourself at one point just where you just literally up against the wall and you don't know what to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's truly one of those, how you say, what's the song? I had a praying grandmother. The granny prayers ain't helping. You they helping, but they not helping.
Right.
You get into this stagnant state, and at some point you just be like, I'm tired of being in this stagnant state, and that was me.
Right.
That was me.
Yeah.
The pandemic in so many ways have caused me to be like, not caused me to be like, but had led me to be like, you know what? I need to start doing more for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have to start doing what's best for me. I'm not finna let the toxicity around me continue to consume me. Because once
Right.
you realize the toxicity that is around you, and you realize how bad it's you consuming it, oh, then you be like, okay, you know what? Something got to go. Give me some
Yeah. Yeah.
weed,
You got to clear it out.
something. I don't care. Give me
Some
like three bad
sage.
wishes and some other. I don't know. We got to get this out, because because what people don't realize is it start really taking it really start fucking with your mental state.
Yeah.
And
Definitely.
that's how, and I feel like that's how mental diseases starts, when you
Absolutely.
don't when you don't have that opportunity, like you say, to speak your voice, speak your emotions. um you're not having that safe environment where you can say no, and you
Yes.
feel like you have to always just say yes, because if you say no, you might get put out. If you say no, they might hate you. If they,
Just they
sometimes,
just plain not gonna like me.
right.
Hmm.
I last year I did two things that I said I will never do, and I had came out to my mother twice. And when I came out the first time, it was about me being part of a lifestyle,
Hmm.
and I was just like, "Yep." And pretty much the way it happened was so messed up. It was funny, but she was just like, "Wait, so what are you saying?" I'm like, "Mom, I'm with the shits. I'm with the shits. There is no." I was just like, "I am with the shits." I would go on. Look, that is a bonus episode. We could go in detail about that conversation. But
That's next week. The off week. It's gonna be
right,
after the show. It's
but,
gonna go up
but
on the YouTube channel.
but I literally was like, "Mom, I'm basically with the shits," and she was just like, "Okay, I'm not drunk enough for this bullshit." Okay. But the next day, I woke up like, okay, I don't have to hide.
Yeah.
I don't have to hide. Is she going to like it? Probably not, because then weeks later, weeks later, she's like, "Well, what are you doing?" "I'm going on a date." "Wait, don't you have a boyfriend?" "I do." "He's okay with this?" "Yes." "Oh, what does the Bible?" "We are not going to quote the Bible. This what we're not going to do. This is what we're not going to do.
Oh.
I'm gonna. You call me a whore,
Oh.
Babylon. I'm gonna own up. I'm gonna own up this whoredom. Okay." So
Lord.
I came out being part of a certain lifestyle, and then I came out being bi,
Mm-hmm.
and the bi one was more rougher than the lifestyle one, because it was
Mm-hmm.
just like, it finally clicked that she was just like, "Wait, you a part of this lifestyle? I can." Okay. But wait,
It was
no, you have to
it
pick
was
a
like
side. You got to pick
you gotta do
one
one
or
or
the.
the
And the crazy part is she was like, no, 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 no. You got to pick one or the other. And my sister, my big sister, she in so many ways was like, she was like, you know what, we're gonna take you in your room because clearly you're a little inebriated, and we're gonna walk away from this conversation because at that point I could tell at that point that this was gonna go completely left field. And I was like mentally preparing myself for, okay, so now I got to find a place to live because this is not the life she wanted me to live.
right.
But now I told everybody that where I'm at is we can talk about it, but we can talk about it
Mm-hmm.
from a very positive and
Right.
loving space. You
Yeah.
want to learn? I have no problem educating you. I have no problem telling you, no, mom, or no, whoever, this is what this is.
Yeah.
But you're not going to come at me in a negative space because
Yeah.
I have been, how you say, I have hide for too long.
Mm-hmm.
I have loved myself I have self loved myself too hard now to get to the
Mm-hmm.
point to where I can sit here and say, guess what, mom? This is me. Please accept me for who I am. No, you're not losing me, but this is just who I am.
Yes.
Took me this year, this amount of time for me to say this, and you're not gonna come back and tear that down. You're just not.
Mm. Yeah. Definitely. Um, definitely. I think my family is just they know me. They're just like, all right. Every time I come over something, they're like, all right, sure.
Right,
That
right,
doesn't surprise me. They or seriously, they're like, okay, that's fine, because they don't. Nothing surprises them that I do. I
right.
think the only thing that surprised my mom is like when I think I was in high school
Mm,
and I was like, I don't know why everything happened when we lived in that house in the kitchen, but she was cooking and I was just like, hey mom, I like girls too, and she was like, why? Cause you tired of boys? I was like, I guess, but that ain't the only reason. And she was
right.
like, uh-huh. And I was like, no, really. And she like, uh-huh. She always cooking and she be paying like half attention. I think that's how it go with my people too. Like I tell them something and they'll be like, yeah, right. And then when it happened, they like, oh, all right. And then later, when I had my first girlfriend, everybody was like, wait. I'm like, I told y'all this.
Right,
We
like,
went
do
through this.
y'all remember the time that
I'm
we was in the
ready.
kitchen and we was eating chicken and
I remember the day fondly. No,
like,
but
mom had cooked that chicken. That chicken was fire that day. But I
right,
told
man, with that
y'all,
rice, and it had
right,
the no. But I do want to ask you this: if it is one thing that you can leave the audience with, what would that be?
never stop learning yourself. Never stop learning yourself. You're gonna be forever learning yourself. That
Yeah.
doesn't end. That
Mm,
doesn't end. The older you get, the more you realize who you are,
yeah.
because we are so tuned. We are growing up. We are so tuned to what society wants and what
Mm-hmm.
our parent wants,
Yeah.
and so we get so consumed with, okay, my mom want me to be this, and this. Society said I should be part of that. And then it's the moment you realize, I don't like none of this bullshit. So now what? Now,
Right.
now what? What do I do now? And
Yeah.
it's like you get to that crossroad of, do I go against the grain and give everybody what they want, or do I truly live my life for me and be
Yeah.
happy? You know,
Yeah.
so never stop learning who you are.
Yeah. That's a great thing to leave us with. Never stop learning who you are. That's just great advice and powerful words, definitely. We thank you so much. I told y'all that this episode was gonna be great. I want to thank everybody for coming. Everybody that put comments in. You guys are great. We didn't get a chance to read all of them, but we did put all of them up.
Maybe some of these,
So
I see some of these comments. I was cracking up. I saw it.
yes, I'm putting some of them back up because they were funny. Um, yeah, and then we got another one just now. Let me see what it says.
Really?
Talk about nerd stuff. Both of y'all are nerds. We don't have time for that
That's
today.
a
The
whole
show's
nother
almost
episode.
over.
Look,
That's
that's a
going to
whole
be the next episode.
right.
We can't talk about that right now. But thanks for bringing it up.
Right.
So I want to let everyone know that Miss Angie's information for her cosplay Instagram link is in the description. Please go and follow her. And I'm going to ask her right now to give us any information she wants to give us, anything she has coming up, anything she's interested in. She wants to repeat social handles, whatever that is. This is your time, Miss Angie.
Yeah, so definitely hit up my cosplay Instagram. Please bear with me. I'm still adjusting. Like I got a box full of wigs that I need to take pictures of. So I might only have 5 pictures, but they're coming. Okay. Bear with your girl. It's been a lot going on. Um, I am will be possibly throwing a few fundraisers for the camp that I actually did that I dedicates my summers to. So be out on the look out for that. I'll definitely pass that information along as well. If you would like to donate, please, 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 you are more than welcome to donate to Camp Millhouse in South Bend, Indiana. You can Google them, go right on their page. There is a lovely donate button. Please, please, please donate because we are in the process of rebuilding like the oldest building at
Oh
camp.
wow.
And we in the process of rebuilding the oldest building to the point to where we need a new building. So we need all the
Mm-hmm.
money. We need all the money. Um, Pretty much, if you want to learn the history of that camp, just Google Camp Millhouse. Yeah, donate, donate, donate. But other than that, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So you all go to Camp Millhouse. Did I say it right?
Camp Millhouse. Yep.
Okay, Camp Millhouse, and y'all look it up and y'all donate because they need a new building for the children. Okay, so we're gonna do that. I also want to thank you, Angie, for being a teacher and dedicating yourself to children with special needs because I know that that is a difficult job. So we thank you very much. And you're teaching during COVID. So we also thank you for your service because, sometimes teachers and people who work in schools get left out of that conversation.
Hmm.
We had a wonderful time. Again, I
Yes,
want to
we
thank
did.
Miss Angie for coming, hanging with us, and sharing her experience. Once again, my name is Cherlnell Lane, the poetic storyteller. I love you guys for coming. The only thing I have is my upcoming How I Survived series with Surviving the Mic and Chicago Alliance Against Sexual Exploitation that happens every month on the fourth Thursday at 3 p.m. Please check it out at the Surviving the Mic Facebook page. You'll get all the information. Of course, I'll be sharing the links to the event page also. But please come out. It's a great, great show. Next month is Enina J, who is an awesome poet. So you guys don't want to miss that. As you guys know, you can reach me at everything Cherlnell. If you want to reach any of my channels, social media, anything, it's bit.ly /Cherlnell, whatever you're looking for. Cherlnell YouTube, Cherlnell Facebook, Cherlnell Instagram. How do you spell Cherlnell? Cherlnell. One more time. Cherlnell. LL. So everything you're looking for me, look for Cherlnell, including my email, Cherlnell@Cherlnell.com, which of course means that my website is Cherlnell.com. This has been Words from a Black Woman Experience. I am Cherlnell Lane. This has been Miss Angie. Peace. That's our peace. We see you in 2 weeks. Bye. Love you guys.